Hey y'all, welcome to the Real PBH Hot Seat, and this is me, y'all one and only host, Liv, period, because, like, it's gonna never be another host, y'all. It's never gonna be another host. I might have somebody, you know what I'm saying, be a guest star or whatever, but there'll never be another host. This is my shit, period. So, today we gonna be talking about how it's better to be alone than in bad company. So, I recently just did some more cutting off. Always doing some cutting off, y'all. It's just because they say one bad apple ruins a bunch. And it is true. Like, I don't need nothing attached to me that's not going to have me, excelling in life. So, with that being said, you just got to do what's best for you, even if it goes against what you wanted. Now, see me, I'm always the type of person that like to plan a whole lot of stuff out. Like, I plan my whole life with a person. Friends, relationships, family. Like, I just be planning my whole life with folks. And I ain't gonna lie, like, even at one point in time, like, I used to plan my whole life with objects and things. Like, I don't know. I just had a real bad attachment issue. But what I'm learning is there is an art to detachment. And some things, it is better to let go than to hold on. Because it's going to hurt you more to hold on than it is to let go. Y'all, I'm not even 2 minutes in yet, and I done said a mouthful. But y'all know I like to talk. And that's what this whole podcast is for me to do, is to talk, to get my thoughts, and to let y'all know things that I feel like is important for y'all to know in life. Because I'm never going to gatekeep nothing from y'all. So, with that being said, I want to talk about some of the things that I feel like triggers my attachment issues. I feel like familiarity is like the biggest thing for me. Like, once I become comfortable and I feel like, okay, this is something that's gonna be, that seems to be permanent, then I already start making permanent plans for that person or thing to always be there. Not realizing that, I ain't gonna say not realizing, I'm gonna just say just becoming oblivious to the fact that change is inevitable, which reminds me of that video of DMX in that interview. I forgot who was interviewing him, but he had said, like, trust people to be who they show you to be. Like, so trust a lie to be a lie, trust a snake to be a snake, But even then, when it comes to familiarity, you should rather be alone than to allow this person that you know is a liar to still lie in your face. Like, even though this person and you know them to be who they are, it's still like you need to be able to love yourself enough to be like, nah, like, this ain't it. Like, this is not the type of people I want in my life. Now, if you resonate with that, I mean, yeah, go ahead, keep them in your life. But, like, once you start to, like, disassociate and you not really rocking how they rock, you just gotta put your foot down and stand on business, because at the beginning and end of the day, they're gonna keep on doing it because you're continuously allowing it. So, yeah, start standing on that business with people, and that way it's no confusion. Another post that I saw on Facebook, and that has been, like, reiterated to me, like, in different posts or just different ways, was the fact that it says God will never give you peace in something He doesn't want you in. He gonna keep making it worse until you leave that situation. Now, see, with me, I'm gonna tell y'all a little story time. So, I would say earlier last year, like, I really wanted a position in management. God gave me a position in management. Later, like in around June of last year, May, June. Now, mind you, this is something that I've been wanting. Like, I had prayed for. Like, I know I got the skills, and I still have the skills. It's just, I knew that particular situation was not for me. Like, it was for me. Like, I feel like God allowed me to have that position just to show me, like, this is what it requires of you to, be a manager, so run a business. Because ultimately, that's the end goal for me. Like, I plan to be a doctor, with my own practice. So I'm gonna need to know how to do my payroll. I need to know how to operate and run a staff, train people, all that other good stuff. I have great leadership qualities, but I wanted to, put them leadership qualities to the test. And with that experience, I learned where I'm good at and where my kind of weaknesses are in that area. Because I still, as a person, as a human being, like, we all have room to grow. So, yeah. I just look at that experience as a stepping stone to me being the greatest manager, greatest psychologist, in the world. So, let's talk about how God started making it worse. So, initially, when I got there, they had mentioned that they needed another manager. But they said that they would, give me some time to get acquainted with that particular store. Because I would say, even though I had been working for that company, with that store being a franchise, it was very different. They did things very, I'm just gonna say it. They did stuff very cheap, like, than how a corporate store ran their store, like. But I mean, when you're a franchise, you paying for all that stuff out of pocket. Like, corporate stores, they get all that stuff. Corporate gonna send it to them like it's nothing. So they waste product all the time because it's a corporate store and they know they gonna see some more of it. They not gonna be missing or hurting for it if they run out type. So anyways, after learning the ropes and stuff, like, I was like a manager for them within about, I would say, 3 weeks. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I let it get to my head just a little bit. But at the same time, though, I feel like I was doing the tit for tat stuff. I was very tit for tat when it came to the other associates, because a lot of the associates were like around my age. So I felt like it was a little animosity and a bit of pushback from them, because they just felt like I couldn't tell them what to do or how to do it, because they had been there before me or whatever the case was. But to me, I felt like, the position wouldn't have been given to me or offered to me if I didn't, fit the description, if I couldn't execute my role. You feel me? So I just, used to do the tit for tat. They used to come up, ask me dumb questions. I get them a dumb answer or a sarcastic answer. But my thing was, like, just everybody do their job and don't make me look bad on mine. Because if I'm the manager in charge and there's some foolishness go down, I'm going to feel like I'm a clown or something. Or I'm going to feel like I'm a joke. And that's what I'm not. Like, y'all not going to play with me. Not when, not on my ship. That's how I was. But I learned that you have to honestly just pay folks dust. Because people will do anything to get a reaction out of you. And at this day and age, like, I just refuse to let people see me heated. Now, unless it's honestly called for and I feel like I got to show them better than I can tell them, then that's when, I'm going to get a little rowdy. I'm going to show up and show out. But other than that, like, I'm not finna give people the satisfaction of getting that kind of reaction out of me, because my name is Aaliyah. That means highly exalted one, which means that I have to always set a tone of excellency, even in the worst of situations, and move with grace. That way that y'all can see, how to really lead by example, and not just be like, oh, just because you lead in. Because, power really do change people. I will say that. Power does change people. Like, we seen that even in the Stanford Milgram experiment. If you are not familiar with the Stanford Milgram experiment, it is an experiment that took place at the University of Stanford in 1971. Just to give y'all some background information, it was a psychology experiment. Now, the idea of the experiment was they had some people playing as guards, prison guards, and they had people playing as prisoners. And the experiment was initially supposed to last 2 weeks, but they cut it short to 1 week because they had already started seeing a trend, a pattern with the people, the prison guards, given their, like, fake roles or whatever. They had already started, like, abusing their power and doing, like, inhumane things to the fake prisoners. So it basically just shows how when people get a little bit of authority, they tend to, I ain't gonna say they tend to abuse it all the time, but sometimes it really gets to their head and they just think, oh, well, since I can do this, I will do it. And it's just like, no, you gotta still act like you got some damn sense. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and you was a prisoner in that experiment, you wouldn't want that person to be doing you like that, because if you think about it, it's an experiment. Like, these people ain't did nothing to deserve that. I mean, they might have, but you don't know that to just be doing them folks like that. But back to how things got worse. So the general manager had left, and when I say all hell had broke loose, y'all, all hell had broke loose. Like, it was a gas leak. There was a pipe that had bust. We were short bread. We had a whole bunch of catering orders. And then with me being a manager, of course, I gotta get the orders in, do the delivery for the orders if they weren't pickup. It just was a lot that had went down. Did I mention that we had a water pipe bust? Yeah, it just was a lot going on. And for me to be a new manager like that fast, and then he literally left, I want to say a week, maybe a week and a half after I officially became manager, he left and then never came back. And it was just like, huh? So God really put me to the test. Like, he gave me that position. He put me in a position, and he showed me real fast, like, this is what you want, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to roll with the punches. And I was able to, I ain't gonna lie, I feel like I was rolling with them. I definitely rode the wave. But, y'all, what was the kicker of it all? Well, y'all want to know what the kicker was. So, come to find out that even though I had been working as the manager, they had never changed my pay rate. They never changed my pay rate. So I was still doing all that stuff, like fixing gas leaks, calling this place, the plumbing about the doggone pipe bust, ripping and running for catering, doing the doggone truck orders, delivery, all that stuff, putting the truck up, them 60, 50-pound boxes and stuff, all at the base pay rate of $10 an hour. Y'all, when I found that shit out, I could have cried, y'all. I could have cried. Like, just think about it right now. You gotta be like, I know damn well. But, God has certain experiences just give you certain things so you to know, like, some companies just not for you. Like, and I had already been seeing, like, the little shadiness. And I was really, honestly, I was lucky to even be getting that. Because I seen that they had some other dude, like, the year prior to me working there, I seen the email on the computer of my general manager texting the doggone, emailing the franchise owner that he wanted to move his pay up to $9.25 for that same doggone position. And I said, ain't no way in the world. Y'all folks low down, dirty as fuck. And I could never work for no company like that. And that's why I took my black ass, I took them keys and I sent them back to the store. And I let the district manager know, like, I'm done with it. Send me my last check. Send me my pay stub. Because that was the main thing, y'all. They did not send pay stubs. You had to request your pay stubs. And I noticed it was some issues when I requested my first pay stubs. And I was just like, huh? And then I requested pay stubs for the rest of the staff too, because I'm not finna just be, if I'm getting cheated like that, I know damn well y'all ain't making them for real. So, you know what I'm saying, I made sure I looked out for them. That's one thing I will give myself, you know what I'm saying, a pat on the back for. I didn't just look out for myself. Even though, like, I had other people telling me, you gotta look out for yourself first. And just like, yeah, I did look out for me, but I made sure I looked out for my associates and let them know what was going on. And gave them the information so they can make that ultimate decision and whether or not they want to still be working with that company as well. Because I just don't believe in cheating or getting over on folks. I just feel like that's wrong as fuck, especially like when money is involved. If some money is involved or feelings is involved, do not play with me. Don't play with me at all. Like, I just can't. Now I feel real tried, and now I have to go to God about it. Because if I don't go to God about it, I'm gonna go to jail about it. You know what I'm saying? I might just die about it, because I don't play by my feelings. And I don't play by my money. Which also reminds me of Psalm 127. Because there's a couple Psalms that I want to speak on in this episode. Because, like, one thing I can say about God, he does have a sense of humor. But I don't find nothing funny about that. I don't find nothing funny about it. But, you know, I'm going to let him have that. I'm going to let him have that because, you know what I'm saying, he got me through it. And I ain't never hurt for nothing. So I'm still very much blessed and thankful And I love the job that I'm at now. But anyways, Psalm 127, verse 1, it states, unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watching in vain. In vain you rise up early and stand up late and stay up late, toiling for foods to eat, for he grants sleep to those he loves. Now, y'all, that was verse 1 and 2, Psalm 127. So basically, it's saying, like, everything that you do, if God ain't in it, and if God don't want that for you, you doing it for nothing. So basically, I feel like for that situation, I feel like I was doing all that work, putting in all that work, learning all that stuff. You know, I ain't gonna say for nothing, because I feel like overall, God still allowed me to get a taste of what, like, management is like and what it requires and entails. Because, like I said, I want to have my own business. Well, own practice and business, I would say. Because, I mean, the Real P Bitch is definitely going to be a brand. Like, I wouldn't be working on merchandise if I didn't want it to, you know, grow and expand. So, I just feel like, yeah, God be having a reason for everything. But let's talk about Psalms 23, because I'm almost at 17 minutes. And y'all know I don't like to really go over like 20 minutes, 22 minutes. Like, it got to stay in the 20s. So as I was saying, Psalm 23 really been in my head lately. And that first verse really stand out to me, because it literally says, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. And it has occurred to me that anything that I need, I already have. Anything or anyone that is meant to be in my life is in my life. And anything or anyone that has left, I did not need. Because if I needed it, they would still be here. And what makes it so valid is when I look back at things that I have lost, it be so cringe. Like, I did all that crying and carrying on for things and people that I am far more better without. And so it just goes to show, like, that anything worth having is worth fighting for. Because when it comes to my peace these days and my sanity and just being comfortable in my skin and the life that I live, I'm not finna allow just anything or anyone to be in my life at the expense of my doggone peace and happiness. Like, I won't allow that. And I also have seen a multitude of posts that say that people that can't find comfort in solitude have a problem within. They don't like themselves. And a lot of the stuff that be going on, like when you dealing with people and they like brush you the wrong way, it's more so got something to do with them than they do with you. And so I'm glad that, you know, personally, I have no problem in solitude. Like, I have great peace and serenity in solitude. Like, I feel like now I'm at the point where, okay, I done mastered solitude. I know I'm good. Me, myself, and I, we have a strong connection. I love me. I love self. So now it's just the working on expanding, getting out of my shell, and working on that aspect of my life, my social connections and stuff. But I feel like I'm doing a good job, because I did at least doing a podcast. Like, I don't gotta talk to y'all face to face, but I mean, I'm letting y'all know some good wisdom and advice via Spotify. So yeah, as always, remember to keep it P. I love y'all. Stay positive, stay passionate, playful, persistent. I also learned a new P word today, y'all. It's called panegyric, and it means a speech, well, specifically a public speech or a text praising someone or something. So I would say this is a panegyric on self-love, self-care, self-awareness, mental health awareness, all that good stuff, because that's what we promoting on this podcast. As always, y'all know you can add me on my social media platforms. On Instagram at Lil Leah Lane. That's LUVLIYAHLAINE. And also on my podcast page, obviously, at The Real PBMHA. Like I said, I love y'all. Hope y'all have a great day. Mwah.